So I get this letter in the mail, white envelope. It's got my name and address on the front. There's no return address. It's got a regular stamp that someone licked and stuck on there. It wasn't one of those metered mail things that somebody sends out by the cajillions in hopes of getting a few responses to more than cover the cost of mailings. And so I figured it was a personal handwritten letter. I opened it up and there was a single sheet of white paper, and it said, "Dear Jacob, please meet me at the following address today at 1 o'clock. I thought, today? That's kind of risky, sending me a letter expecting it to show up on the day that they wanted to meet me and that I would be home and that I would open it in time. Because some people, they collect their mail, they just stick it in a big pile on a table in the corner. And I did that once, and my electric bill kind of slipped behind my desk. I didn't pay it, and they turned off my electricity, so I had to go and pay them in cash. That's what happens if you don't open your mail, which is why I opened that mail that day, because I still had in my brain at the time of the story the memory of not paying my electric bill, and still had the fear of maybe I'll miss something important and I'll end up suffering because of it. So I show up first I looked on Google for this address, and it was the middle of this big kind of forested area to the left of where all these office buildings were. And when I approached, I noticed it was like this makeshift shanty town with all these tents and people living there, I guess, that had kind of slipped through the cracks of society. And they had this kind of address system there. So I was walking through all of these tents and seeing all these people trying to still stay alive and survive while living in these tents and finding whatever food they could. And I found that tent that had the address that I was looking for, and inside was this very tall, skinny guy with super long white hair. The guy looked like an albino, and he said, "Follow me," and he opened up this kind of an iron gate in the ground, and there's these steps going down, these cement steps. So I followed him down these cement steps, and we walked down this long hallway, and we got to the end, and there was a big gigantic fish tank. And it had this all kinds of tropical fish, but they were all big. It looked like a regular tropical fish tank, the kind you would have in your home, except it was like twice, or it was like big size, mega size. The tank was mega size. The fish themselves were like a foot long. And he looked at me and said, "What do you think?" And I said, "I don't even know where to begin, how to explain what just happened, because sometimes things start with an honest or innocent beginning, but then they go places that leave you wondering, what the hell did I just listen to?"